Today, guys, I'm going to be showing you the very best way to go ahead and get the most amount of damage here inside of Sailor Piece on Roblox. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. By the way, as always, I am doing Game Pass giveaway. All you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your name down below, and do make sure to hype the video. I'll be picking a winner in 7 days, so hurry up, obviously. Make sure you do hype the video, like I said, though. Anyways, let's get in the video. All right, so the very first thing we need to talk about is the main build type that you're aiming for, because a lot of people don't know if you should use melee, if you should use swords. So I'm basically going to tell you that. So the main thing that people are doing now is they're just using swords because overall they're better. I don't have the best sword in the game right now. I'll tell you which one is the best game, but yeah, you definitely want to be using something that deals a lot of damage, and you want to use a sword, honestly. Like, that's just what you want to do, because a lot of the new stuff sword oriented, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the next part of this. So there's two different races that you can pick from. These are what everyone's talking about. Everyone's using these. There's two races. You have the luck race, which is going to be the archangel. That is going to be the new secret race. And then obviously the best sword race is the reaper. So like I said in the beginning of the video, the sword's the best to use, so you want to use the reaper race if possible. If you go to your stats, I don't have that. I just have the warlord race, but this reaper race is really good, so you want to use that. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is titles, and titles are very important. I don't know how you see titles in C2. I'm assuming it's just at, yeah, if you just jump down here, it's just right here. So yeah, we should be able to see all the different titles. Boom. The very best, obviously, is going to be for damage, at least, since we're showing you how to max your damage and get the best, is going to be this one right here, the dual swordsman. As you can see, 100 and more damage, which is what everyone's pretty much aiming for. Then we have the storage right here, which you can obviously go ahead and store your stuff in, but that's not really what we're talking about. Enchanter is very good, obviously, for dealing more damage. So these right here, as you can see, it's going to increase my damage that I do. So the one that I'm currently wearing is really old. I think it's, let me see, which one is it? I think I'm using, no, I'm not using this. Am I not using anything? I'm using the Ice Queen outfit right now, but I do believe if I use something different like this, as you can see, it's going to increase damage, defense, all that. So if I enchant this, and then you need another vampire coat if you wanted to keep going with that. If we equip this, yeah, as you can see, it made our damage go down a lot because the Ice Queen thing is just better. But if we go ahead and enchant this, it would be a lot better. Obviously, though, to enchant this, we need another Ice Queen outfit, which we don't have. The next thing we have over here is going to be blessings, which these are obviously really important. You can't be using, like, equip the sword that you're trying to do it, but like if I use Great Mage or whatever and we just bless this up, it will change to B1, and then you can just keep doing that, bless. There's a little timeout on them, but yeah, you can continue to do that. And that will increase damage a lot. And then the next thing we have is a skill tree. If you haven't already, make sure you've maxed this out. I already have. There's not really any other upgrades, so kind of just stuck with this. And then obviously over here, I forgot to mention with the skill tree, but you kind of want to focus on damage first, then critical chance, then critical damage, then HP, then luck. Now, obviously, if you're going for a luck build, then you'll kind of reverse the order of that. But right now, we also have ×2 luck, so you shouldn't really be too worried about luck. Now, the next thing over here we have is traits. And honestly, if you just go to the index, you'll see that you need a secret trait. This right here gives the most damage, so you want the Emperor trait right here because it obviously gives the most damage. Then ascensions. These are pretty important. I haven't done too many of them, but they don't give you more damage. They just make it easier to get upgrades and stuff so you can get more damage because you'll have more money, more luck, and more gems. So that's the only reason I'm even mentioning the ascensions in here and why I'm just kind of going down this list, because it's something you need to obviously look at. Then we have the artifact milestones, which this doesn't really increase damage, like I said again, but it does just give you more stuff. So especially if you get some of these good rewards down here, like the artifacts, which we'll talk about later in the video, that will do more damage. Then we have artifacts, which is something I made a full video about, but basically you want to use a set of the same that are, you know, super rare. Because when you use multiple sets, you get more damage right here. I mean, that's literally it. And then you can upgrade these with dust, and you know, that's the max level for that. So anyways, now the next thing is going to be power over here. As you can see, I've not the best in the game, but a pretty good one. I believe it's a curse brand. So that's going to be 18 to 30% more damage. Honestly, you want to aim for subjugator though, because that does the most damage. As you can see, 24 to 40%. And it starts with a higher base damage than this and this. So subjugator is a lot better if you're trying to get a lot of damage. Spec passive, if we just go ahead and throw on the sword I'm using right now, you'll see we have this. We have rampage, and that's going to be right here, 15 to 30%. You're going to want to get that 30% range though, honestly. So try to get that. Then we have over here the merchant, which this isn't really too important. And then stat reroll. This is super important. Again, I haven't really done a lot with this, mainly just because, you know, whatever, but you want all of these to be Z. I mean, but mainly damage critical. If you're aiming for getting damage maxed out first, you want damage to be ZZZ or Z. Then you want critical chance to be Z, and then you want critical damage to be Z, and then damage reduction you want to be Z as well. I mean, you want all of them to be Z eventually. So obviously go ahead and do that. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is runes. Obviously, runes are very important. As you guys can see, you're going to want either the primordial rune. That's just the rune you're going to want. You can get that from the crystal tower, or not the crystal tower, the infinity tower. Then the next thing we have is the best clan. So if you're going into your inventory and you see your clan rerolls, you want to basically go ahead and roll these until you get the devil race, because that's best overall, but best for boss fights is going to be Frostbane. So I do believe I might have Frostbane. Yeah, as you can see, 40% more damage, 40% max health, 40% sword, all that good stuff. So, and then yeah, now I don't have the best bloodlines, keep that in mind, but the best bloodline is going to be Doombringer, and then obviously Astral's next, apparently. So yeah, Astral's pretty good because it has that 30% damage. And then you also have a luck multipliers, lifesteal, a bunch of other crap built in with it. So definitely worth getting. All right, and then the next thing we have is the accessory. You want the dual outfit, which I don't have, but if you go to your accessories, you want the dual outfit. That's just what you want. Now, if you head over to relics, which I don't have any of these relics, you're going to want the best ones for damage. If you go to the relic, you just want the best. I mean, I don't really know what to say about that. We already talked about the artifacts, the skill trees. Oh, obviously, I forgot to mention this, but you want to upgrade your sword damage if you chose sword, because I mean, you're going to do more damage if you're using the sword thing. So you definitely want to go ahead and use that. Now, the next thing we need to talk about is your boss rush stats and all of those stats. So if we just fly up here, I don't really want to go back to C1, but I guess I will for you guys. Boom, teleporting back to E1. All right, anyways, the next thing that we need to go ahead and do, focus on all of our upgrades when it comes to like Sailor Island and stuff like that. So we head to Sailor Island, you will see that there should be some kind of over here. And this you need to do for everything like crystal defense, all of the different ones with upgrades. Where's the boss rush? This is trade. Not what I'm looking for. Did they change this so much? Yeah, I don't know where it is, but you need to do boss rushes. It's on Sailor Island somewhere. If you teleport, you'll be able to go to it. But yeah, you need to go to Sailor Island and all of that good stuff. And you need to upgrade your crystal defense, boss rush, all of those different ones. That way you can obviously deal the most amount of damage possible inside of the game. Anyways, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like. Helps the channel a ton. We're on the road to 300,000 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next video.